Hello everyone, my name is Zimmermann, and this is my first chess game on YouTube. I'm black in this game versus a man named Geder. This game happened this year, and I would just like some feedback from you guys. What do you think? I was black in this opening, and I chose to play the Bogo Indian defense against d4, and I call it the double retreat variation because I retreat both the bishop back to e7 from b4 and also the knight back to e8 from f6. Very passive, but also builds up a lot of tension later in the game. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Alright, now here's the first retreat, back to e7. Just simple development moves. Now e4, I think it was a little early, because usually you play e3, bishop d3, and then e4. Here's the second retreat. I knew that e5 is coming, so I played back to e8. Bishop d3, get him off that diagonal. Knight f6, c6 actually. Doubles the attack on d4. Bishop protects that, b6 to fee and shadow the bishop, and also support the c5 advance. a3, he sees that knight a5 is coming, so I play bishop b7 now, attacking the bishop or the knight on f3, but also holding the important d5 and e4 squares. Castle, c5. He pushes past. I trade to isolate the e5 pawn. Knight takes. Knight back. Knight trade. Queen trade. Doubles the attack on the e5 pawn again. Bishop to g5 simply moves the queen to a better square. Rook to e1. h6. Bishop f4 is a mistake to me because now he cannot move the e5 pawn, otherwise he loses his bishop on f4. Rook d8 attacking the queen, and now a knight fork here. If the queen moves, I simply trade the knight off and take possibly the pawn with the bishop, and then I've got a fork. Whichever way I do it, it'll be messed up for white. So knight takes, rook takes, a Lasker Rook. If the bishop comes back to e3, then I've got some good chances here, mainly with rook to e4, or simply threatening mate with queen c6. So bishop g3, queen c6, threatening mate at g2. White plays g3, knight c7, guarding the e6 square for the advance. He plays rook to c1. I play rook f to d8. I'm looking to counter the b4 advance, but also taking the d file. Bishop b1. Now he played this to threaten an attack on h7, mainly like queen h7 check, king f8, queen h8 check, king e7, with some good chances. Knight to e6, guarding that g7 square, but also going to transfer to g5, or it will guard h7. Now he challenges my rook. I move the knight, rooks trade, king to g2, or f2, sorry. I play the queen back, threaten to win the queen with rook d2 check. The rook blocks, queen d5, putting a lot of pressure on the f3 square. Queen to f5. I think the queen is misplaced here, that's why it's a mistake. It's not guarding the king, and it's not doing much else. Bishop a3, a6. Moves the rook off of protecting the king, and also guards the c8 square where white can threaten mate. Rook e3, rook d2 check, king g1, and now the game is won for black. Rook e1 check, d1 check, rook e1, rook takes e1, bishop takes, queen to d1. Now you see here that white cannot save this bishop with anything. The safest move would be king to f2 if he wants to protect that. But as we see with queen to e2 check, either he goes to g1 and there's a mate at f1, or he plays g3 and I simply take the bishop. But he plays h4, and now I take e1 check, king h2, queen takes h4 check, king g2. And now my opponent has 3 seconds left, so I simply put in a sacrifice to make him waste his time. Knight h3 check, queen takes it, queen to e1 check, queen h2, queen takes the bishop on b1, and now white is merely making desperate moves. So queen takes b2, queen d8 check, queen h7, and queen c7 loses the game because he cedes the white squares, like bishop f1. King h3, queen h8, king h4, g5, king h5, and queen h3 checkmate. Just tell me what you think, and I obviously made mistakes in there, but questions, comments, please post them back.